Now we are going to see the quality plan for grinding. Similar to cutting, the grinding also undergoes EN 572, EN 1096, EN 1863, EN 12150. And the test parameters what we have seen in the cutting, like thickness, width and length, diagonal, scratches, spots or pinholes, clusters, all will be measured in the similar way as we have done for cutting. But the additional one more thing that we need to check is the water. As the glass is going through the grinding, it has to undergo washing also. So we need to measure the water quality. The tool what we use to measure the water quality is known as a water tester. Through water tester we are going to measure pH, TDS and conductivity. Why we need to focus on these things? Because the glass is having some silver coatings and the water, it is a chemical formula is H2O. So there is always a probability of the reaction between the water and the glass surface coatings. And our purpose is we need to overcome the reaction between these two. How we are going to achieve? We are going to achieve through the use of DM or RO water. And the parameters what we need to follow is pH 6 to 8, TDS 0 to 20 milligram per liter, conductivity 0 to 20 microsiemens per centimeter, and the frequency of testing shall be for 3 times per shift, or based on the production load we need to decide and we need to measure the water. Let us take the fabrication department. What are the defects that are going to arise and how you are going to overcome? Generally, if you see, the first defect what we face in the fabrication is the misalignment of holes while drilling. You can find out here there is a alignment issue in the top and bottom drilling. The reason being uneven pressure applied at the time of drilling, and the corrective measurements what you can take is alignment of drill bits and table is required. Next one is hole chip off. Generally at the time of drilling you will be getting the holes of the glass got chipped off. This is because of poor drill bits what we use. The drill bit maintenance and lifetime to be monitored to overcome this issue. Next we have hole cracks. The cracks what we follow, what we observe on the holes. This is the you can find the crack. This is because of poor pressure applied, and the corrective measurements can be hole dia, edge, hole distance, glass thickness to be checked carefully before drilling. So what are all the required for making a hole? All SOPs to be thoroughly followed. Next one is the watermarks. You can find on the glass surface the water impressions. Drilling done for prolonged period of time is one of the reason why we get the watermarks, and the water parameters in the drilling to be taken care and maintained to overcome this issue. Next one is the hole mismatch. You can see the holes of both the glasses are not sitting on top of each other. The reason being incorrect edge to hole distance or hole dia. We can overcome by maintaining a proper edge distance or hole dias to be maintained uniformly so that there is no mismatch of the hole. Now we will be understanding the various lab tests that a glass undergoes. The tests that we do for grinding are similar to cutting, that is we are going to check the length and width with the help of measuring tape. Next we will be checking the overall thickness of the glass. Diagonally also we will be checking for scratches. Coating surface also we should be checking, and the coating should be always on the top side, and along with the above parameters we will be also checking the water parameters, so that we are ensuring that there is no reaction between the glass and the water by maintaining the pH, temperature, pH, TDS and conductivity values, also the temperature of the water. Next let us see what are the tests we do for fabrication. In fabrication we need to first understand the drawing. What is the customer requirement? Next, according to drawing we need to have the marking on the glass. Next we need to understand what is the distance from edge to hole, hole to hole, and the number of holes in the glass, cutouts and notches. We need to understand the hole dia and whether the glass is having any countersunk hole. Next let us take grinding. If you see in grinding what are the parameters that we need to check. In grinding we will be checking the similar what we check in cutting, like thickness, dimension, diagonal, visual inspections. Apart from all, there is one more phenomenon called as water. Here water plays a vital role. The reason being, when you talk about the performance glasses, it shall be having coatings, and if you use a normal water, there is always chances of reaction between the water and the coating surface. In order to avoid glass corrosion, we need to maintain the water levels. The water levels in terms of pH, in terms of conductivity, in terms of TDS, and in terms of temperature. We have a simple tester known as water tester which can measure pH, conductivity, TDS and temperature. The pH should be 6 to 8 is the ideal for glass washing. Conductivity should be 0 to 20 microsiemens per centimeter. TDS is 0 to 20 ppm and temperature is below 35 degrees centigrade. Next checklist is at fabrication. If at all your glass is having any holes or cutouts or notches, how you are going to ensure they are as per the customer requirement. Let us take a simple diagram where you are able to find 4 holes in the glass, and the dimension of the glass is 1200 is the width and 640 is the height. If you see the left edge to hole, it is 150 mm, and from bottom edge to hole it is 150 mm, and the hole to hole distance, if you see on the height side, it is 390 mm, and the hole to hole distance when you see on width side, it is 900 mm, and the hole dia is 18 mm, and the overall glass thickness is 12 mm. Let us understand each of the topic what we are seeing in the drawing one by one. So, in order to make a glass fabrication, first of all, below are the parameters that we are going to focus on. So, the diameters of the hole shall not in general be less than the nominal thickness of the glass. So, when you want to make a hole, the minimum or the ideal hole diameter should be equal to the thickness of the glass. And these are the limitations that we need to follow when you are making a hole on the glass. The nominal glass thickness. What is the nominal glass thickness? The dimensions of the glass, the hole diameter, the shape of the glass and the number of holes in a glass. If you see the fabrication, if I want to make a hole, the distance, the relationship between the hole and the edge of the glass, it should be always more than or equal to 2 into thickness of the glass. In the figure you can see clearly, A is the distance of the edge of the hole to the glass edge should be not less than 2D. In the figure you can see clearly, the distance from the edge to the hole should be ideally more than or equal to 2 into glass thickness. If you see the second point, it describes about the hole to hole distance. Hole to hole distance in general should be equal to more than or equal to the 2 into thickness of the glass. Next comes is your hole position from corner of the glass. It should be ideally 6 into minimum, it should be 6 into thickness of the glass. And the tolerances on hole diameters, we can find it when your hole dia is in between 4 to 20, the tolerance what is applicable is plus or minus 1 mm. If your hole dia is between 20 to 100, the tolerance what we follow is plus or minus 2 mm. If your hole dia is minimum 100 mm, then the manufacturer or the customer has to be approached for the tolerances on the hole. Now let us take a special type of hole that is known as countersunk hole. The difference between a normal hole and a countersunk hole is, when you make a normal hole, you can able to feel the hole on the glass surface, wherein when you are making a countersunk hole, you will not be able to feel the hole in the glass surface. Means the first we will be doing the hole, then with the help of countersunk bit, we are going to expand the hole so that the whole surface is covers with the glass surface. And you can find here the special type of notches and cutouts. All these are required to prevent the breakage of the glass in further process.